Hi, this is Ricky. I'm doing a naval tutorial today. It's about using double battle lines and using your units in general. This is a battle against the Spanish. We both have third race, both have 6 ships. The Spanish are using a single battle line and I'm using the double battle line. The Spanish are played by the CPU and I'm playing the Dutch. I'm starting downwind, the Spanish are starting upwind, so they have the maneuverable advantage, but let's see how it plays out. At the moment I'm using the double battle line, and the advantage of the double battle line is that you have more ships firing at the enemy at the same time, because you have like 2 units for each of the enemy one. Now let's set up the double battle lines. In Empire Total you have control groups, like in most RTS games. Just select your units and press Ctrl 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever you like. And I have them in one single group, which is the normal starting position. But since I want double battle lines, I create a second control group and I tell both control groups to use the line formation. Line formation means that the ships will follow the lead ship. So you only have to control one ship and the rest of the ships will just follow it. This following is not really an exact science, and they usually try to cut corners and they're not really... Yeah, well, they follow in general, but just be aware of what they're doing. They might do things you don't want them to do. In general, with this double battle line formation you want to make sure both lines won't cross each other, so stay at range from, give a spacing between the battle lines. Since I start downwind, I have to make sure that I don't keep sailing in that direction, so I'm now turning to the left to mirror the Spanish. Well, the battle has started. During the entire battle I will try to keep on focus firing on the lead ship of the Spanish, the lead ship of the line. You can focus fire by also right clicking the enemy ship. This will tell all your units to keep that fire target as your fire priority. So if they can, they will shoot at it, and if it's out of range they will shoot at another target if it's available. Using this priority it's pretty easy to just control your units, because what I'm doing now is I keep all my units at fire at will, so I don't have to manually tell them to fire. And what I'm only doing is keep being sure that my lines stay in line that I want. Right now I'm mainly watching the Spanish, what they're doing. Are they coming to me, or are they falling back, or I just try to narrow the movement, so I'll try to keep at a medium to long range. This is to make sure that most of my ships can fire at the priority target, because at the end the fire cones are wider, so it's easier to have more than one ship fire at the enemy. It's also pretty important that you are close enough that your most outer line is still able to shoot at the enemy. If you're too far out, only first line can fire and not your second line. So don't go too far. Right now my ships are almost sailing into the wind, which is usually pretty bad, because the closer you sail into the wind, the slower your ships will sail. So it's always a good idea just to try sail at least a 5-degree angle out of the wind. During this entire battle I usually fire at will. I never actually use the manual broadside button. It's only micromanagement and it doesn't really add anything. With the fire at will you cannot just fire again once they're reloaded, so you have the maximum amount of damage per second, so just keep it on. Besides fire at will, I only use the cannonballs. They do great damage against hulls and cannons, which is just what I want. While the chain shot and the grape shot will only hurt the sails or the crew. Both aren't really effective at that, so I would advise you to only use cannonballs. At the end of the battle, if there's only one ship remaining and you want to make sure that it surrenders, you could choose for using the chain shot or the grape shot, but for normal battles just use the cannonballs. Sadly, formation sailing isn't really bug free in this game yet. If you click a little bit too much, the movement arrows or lines stemming from the bow of your ships won't really connect to the bow of your ships anymore, and they will just start somewhere in the ocean and just go somewhere else, and your ships will start to behave really strange. This is the right moment to select your group and just tell them to get into line formation again. This will reset the movement bug and you can just select your movement again. Your ships have 3 different health bars. One is for the sails, 2 are for the hull, 1 for the left and 1 for the right side. You also have different gun counts, each for one side. If your ships take a lot of damage from one side during the battle, it might be wise to turn your entire battle line around. This means you face the enemy with a different side of your ship, with a new health bar or a fresh health bar and fresh gun count. This might be pretty tricky with the double battle line, because maneuvering is a little bit harder now, because you really don't want to get entangled with your battle line, so you have to watch out what you're doing. But in general, you just want to mirror the enemy's movement and just keep your units together and keep them focus firing on the enemy. Right now my last ship is getting hurt pretty badly, and I'm trying to get it out of the line and just save it for later. The health bar is now down to orange, so it's time to go home. There it goes. These guys here in the mast don't have that much to do, but it looks cool. Well, the battle is almost over. There's only 2 Spanish left. One is routing or about to route. And I haven't lost a single ship yet, which I'm not about to do. Well, there he goes. He's routing now. He's trying to get away, but I won't let him. But battle is pretty much over now, and my time is up as well. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you learned a lot from it. So let me know what you think about it, and I'll see you around.